From a rainy, breezy, and stormy South Florida, we find ourselves at Inter Miami CF Stadium in Fort Lauderdale for Fort Lauderdale CF and Orlando City B. Some USL League One action on this Saturday night, the second of 3 matches on this Saturday across the league. Josh Eastern happy to be with you. Both teams going through their pregame warm-ups in the rain. We just had a big cell come through the area, but both teams ready to go tonight for this Floridian matchup at Inter Miami CF Stadium. And this Fort Lauderdale team, they are looking to get back on the winning track. 2 wins already this season, while Orlando City B just 1. But Fort Lauderdale, they are led by this man right here, Ricky Lopez-Espin. He scored the goal of the month. Look at this strike against Tormenta from the midfield stripe. That one, August goal of the month, and he leads his team with 5 goals. But when talking with Jason Christ this week, he says he still has a ways to go in his development, not a finished product by any means, but he said he needs a little bit more of a killer mindset. We'll see if that killer mindset comes out tonight. He does have 5 goals, as we mentioned, and he definitely leads this attack. Nobody else has more than 1 for Fort Lauderdale. On the other side, for Orlando City B, it's still a team that Marcelo Nevelet says needs to find a little bit more consistency and make sure that they're tuned in for all 90 minutes, saying he can't win the game in just little 10-minute intervals. So we'll see what they can do tonight. Last time out against this Fort Lauderdale side at home, they got a 1-1 draw. So tonight, from a rainy Inter Miami CF Stadium, it's Fort Lauderdale and it's Orlando City B. Lineups and first kick coming up next from rainy South Florida. Back here in Fort Lauderdale, building up to first kick between Fort Lauderdale CF and Orlando City B, the second of 3 matches on this USL League One Saturday. We already saw a pretty exciting one in Chattanooga earlier today, and we'll end the night out west at Tucson for an interesting matchup out in Arizona. But both of these teams going at it tonight in the South Florida rain. There's been rain showers all day long, and they have not stopped up until kickoff. Remember, these 2 teams played a couple of weeks ago in Central Florida. Orlando City B, the home side as well. That was a 1-1 draw between those 2 sides, and they'll be looking to go at it again tonight. It was Wilfredo Rivera scoring the goal for Orlando, and he is in the lineup tonight for Orlando. We'll get to that in a moment, but first, Jason Christ's starting 11. 2 changes for Fort Lauderdale CF. Servando Carrasco will be right in the middle of the park. Zuluaga makes his 2nd start in goal in as many weeks, and of course, Ricky Lopez-Espin will lead the line for Fort Lauderdale CF in the attack. And another interesting name, Christian Makun, making his 2nd appearance for Fort Lauderdale after 1 appearance with the first team. And also Jerome Kiesewetter on the bench for Fort Lauderdale. We'll get into more of that as this match continues. But 4 changes for Marcelo Nevelet and Orlando City B. Up top will be Tanaka and Luvacevic. They will lead the attack with Moises Tablante playing just underneath, and Raul Aguilera will be that holding midfielder. The same back line, though, or a similar back line to what we've seen in the past. National anthem complete here at Inter Miami CF Stadium, and we are just about set to go. The United Soccer League, all 47 championship and League One clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. We are all united against racism. A 15-second moment of silence, and we are just about set to go. You can see Fort Lauderdale in their all-black kits tonight. It'll be Orlando City B in their all-white kits. Tonight's referee, Natalie Simon. Just about set to go from Fort Lauderdale. The rain still teeming down. We expect that to continue for most of the night. We'll see how that affects things, and with both goalkeepers as well. Andre Zuluaga, 17-year-old, Mason Stajduhar, 22-year-old on the other side for Orlando. Gluvacevic has the ball down. And here we go, underway tonight from Inter Miami CF Stadium, Orlando City B and Fort Lauderdale CF, an all-Floridian matchup on this rainy Saturday night in South Florida. Well, last time out for Fort Lauderdale CF, that 1-1 draw with Chattanooga right here in Fort Lauderdale. Talking with Jason Kreis, he said overall the draw was probably a fair result in the end. A good match against a good team, pretty tactical battle. And both teams shut the other teams down and what they like to do. That one stumped away by McCoon, and Sosa now a chance to run upfield. Option to his left, he'll still go. He goes down, Natalie Simon blows her whistle, and a free kick for Fort Lauderdale. It looked like Fort Lauderdale was quick to counter there. We'll see who eventually made the foul. It looked like Monticelli. Sosa was asking for the card. Already a minute in, and a foul there on Orlando. Servando Carrasco puts it back into play. And last time out for Orlando City B, a trip to Omaha, a 1-0 loss. They put up a good fight, just could never find that goal to grab a point there on the road. They were playing on a short week as well. After that 1-1 draw with North Texas. The offside flag comes up. But 4 changes for Marcelo Nevelep tonight, just 2 for Jason Kreis, and one name that we mentioned during lineups, but Jerome Kiesewetter on the bench tonight for Fort Lauderdale. He's joining on loan from Inter Miami. They're actually in action against Orlando City tonight. That game just up the road in Orlando. So you can, I guess, call it a reverse fixture between these two USL League One clubs tonight. This one headed out of play. Throw in will be quickly taken here by Orlando. And the wet conditions coming into play as that slips out of the arms there of Jonathan Rosales. Oh, a nice little nutmeg there. Can Orlando City finish the job? It's saved by Zuluaga. He'll look to try to distribute quickly and then slow things down. That was a nifty little play there by Bender. In the end, the save coming from Zuluaga. We'll see who gets out on the front foot here tonight. Jason Kreis says both these teams pretty similar to each other. A lot of young players. They're both wanting to play a certain way. We'll see how that shapes up tonight. Comes Fort Lauderdale straight through the middle. Ricky Lopez-Espin in on goal, but the flag, I believe, came up on the other end, but play will continue here for Fort Lauderdale. Cardenas. Carrasco had it taken away. It looked like the flag came up, but the save was made by the goalkeeper. And the referee just let play go on. Let's take another look at this. It was really close there with Lopez Espen. A good save, though, in the end by Staj Duhar. Coming off his line, making himself big. Already good end-to-end action in the opening, just 4 minutes tonight. Gadiri on the turn, trying to get a shot away as Kana, curling effort! Fort Lauderdale take the lead! Edison Azcona opens the scoring! Well, he was looking for a window to shoot, eventually found it. What a goal there for Azcona. And Fort Lauderdale take the early lead inside of 5 minutes. Little hesitation, and then a beautiful effort into that right corner. 1-0 to Fort Lauderdale. As the rain continues to pour down, the youngster Edison Azcona, just 16 years old, making his 8th start tonight, his 2nd goal on the season. Beautiful goal that was. His first goal came on August the 8th in that 2-1 win at Tormenta. He gets another one here tonight. A beautiful effort. Orlando City B up against it here in the early going. We'll see how they can respond, but it's been a very bright start already by Fort Lauderdale tonight. Jason Christ has to be pleased with what he's seeing. Now Sosa. A lot of young players on this side. Diving header, but advantage being played. Sosa trying to slip this one in. Lopez Espen couldn't bend his run. He would have been in an offside position. Natalie Simon will stop play. Looks like Cardenas is still down. Trainer out to talk with him. Take another look at that. A diving header, you don't really see that in the midfield all too much. Juan Pablo Monticelli. So they're working on that right leg. He is still down. Looks like they might be asking for an early substitution. Cardenas, who is down. We'll see who gets called on here. Fort Lauderdale is forced to make that change. Very early change inside the opening 10 minutes. And we'll see the stretcher come out. Cardenas, the 17-year-old from a couple miles south in Doral, making his 6th appearance, his 4th start. Pacey forward, made 6 starts with the under-17s last season, scored a goal. Looks like his night will come to an early end tonight. taken off on the stretcher here. It's the rain really coming down right now. Jason Kreis is going to be forced to make one of his 5 substitutions, but maybe more importantly, use one of those substitution windows. You only get 3. Halftime does not count as 1, so that could be used in a specific way if he wants to later on. But in the meantime, we get play back going again. It'll be Jason Buckner coming on, making his 4th appearance, the 18-year-old from Weston, Florida. Played towards the end line, a little bit too far and out of play. Zuluaga will put this back into play from the goal kick. Get a little bit of pressure here from Orlando as well. Aguilera. Thrown here for Orlando. They'll try to go quick again. Rosales. All the way to that end line. Not able to be kept in play by Jordan Bender. And there comes Buckner, the 18-year-old. Orlando was playing with 10 men for just a moment, but Cardenas forced off due to injury, so Buckner comes on to make his 4th appearance. Another Inter Miami Academy player. Fort Lauderdale, dangerous play there out of the back. It'll be a corner kick for Orlando. And they'll take their time with this one, maybe get an aerial ball into the box. Bender and Tablante come over. Bender making just his 3rd appearance. Bender sends this one in. The header comes just a little bit wide. It looked like it was an open header there in the middle of the box. Let's take another look at it here. Looks like Lubacevic there got his head on it. Look at all this space opening up right in the middle. Lopez Espin to the left. Sosa will find him. Ricky Lopez Espin has his shot blocked. Fort Lauderdale will keep the attack on. Monticelli did get that yellow card a few moments ago for that diving header. So he is into the book already tonight. We saw that counterattack just a moment ago with Sosa finding all that space in the middle. We asked Jason Kreis about using this big field, and he said it's honestly a challenge for the players. You can see Gadiri going down here on the near side. Slippery once you come off the field, but he said defensive transition can especially be hard. These players, of course, not finished growing yet. They're still youngsters, a lot of them. Haven't played on these big fields yet. Don't have necessarily the same stamina, although I'm sure they could run for quite a while out there. Rosales trying to skirt that end line. Pardon me, touch line out for a throw-in. Obviously a bigger field than what Orlando City B plays on at Osceola Heritage Park. Here's Rosales. Orlando City B, a decent amount of possession so far in this match. Gadiri got his foot on it. It's a goal kick. Another look at it here on Kenji Tanaka, the Brazilian. Gadiri's been pretty solid in defense so far this season for Fort Lauderdale, coming over from John Harkes' Greenville Triumph. More pressure put on and out for another throw-in. A heavy touch. Now here's Makun. Good distribution. Once again, Lopez Espen making that run through the middle. Now it's Sosa. Quick pass out to that right side. Now Rosales. Oh, he couldn't get out from underneath his feet. I think Natalie Simon will bring this back. There was a foul. She tried to play advantage. Sosa. Yeah, that's a foul right there in the middle. Pretty blatant. And a free kick here for Orlando City B. Another look at it. Just trying to win the ball back, of course, but Tanaka going down. Sosa, the 24-year-old Venezuelan. Actually made 8 appearances and 4 starts with the Columbus Crew last season. 18 appearances in his 2 seasons overall. Making his 5th start here tonight. Does have 3 assists to his name. Of course, wearing the number 10 jersey, you'd expect him to be a part of the attack. Orlando has kept good pressure here on this Fort Lauderdale side, though, tonight so far. And a free kick just outside the area. Alfredo Rivera going down. Remember, he was the goal scorer when these two teams got together a couple of weeks ago on August the 14th. We'll see what they decide to do. Tablante and Jordan Bender. Two 19-year-olds trying to figure out how they'll play this free kick. Tablante will run away. Bender will send this in towards goal. And Zuluaga makes the catch. Some traffic there. 17-year-old staying strong, just his 2nd pro appearance. Good effort, though, on goal for Jordan Bender. Mateo Rodas just letting him know he was there. Free kick for Orlando. They'll take it quick. 18 minutes gone. That first goal coming very early on. In the 5th minute, as Kona. The assist went to Sammy Gadiri. Here's Sosa trying to play it down the line. Can Buckner get on the end of it? He cannot. Monticelli on that yellow card already. Has to be careful, but does knock this out of play for a throw-in. This is an interesting time in the season for Fort Lauderdale. They come in pretty much right in the middle of the table to this match tonight, but the live standings would have them level on points in 6th place with forward Madison. Of course, Madison go at it tomorrow with Greenville. The shot from deep, though, taken on one hop by Zuluaga. Orlando City B right now sitting next to last in 10th place on 6 points. This is their 9th match, while Fort Lauderdale right at the midway point tonight, with this being their 8th. Here's Sosa. Trying to find an outlet there from the middle. He just kept on dribbling and eventually lost possession. Tanaka will try to bring this down. Good pressure by Gadiri. Was Kona the goal scorer. Gadiri. It's by Tanaka. Amakun. Good run here by the center back, Ian Frey. A foul there on Orlando. Give Fort Lauderdale a free kick just inside the attacking half. Find Azkana again playing through the lines. And now Makun. They keep it going. Buckner now will try to chase this down. Monticelli gets on the end of it. And knocked back downfield. Natalie Simon blows her whistle, will bring this one back. Utilizing that width with his heels on this near touch line. They're throwing this time for Orlando. Goal scoring hasn't necessarily been Orlando's strong suit this season. 7 goals, it's next to last in USL League One. They also have the worst conversion rate at just 9%, but they do have 99 shots. That's middle of the pack in 5th place. That was coming into tonight. They do concede a lot of fouls as well. They came in level with Chattanooga at the top. So a lot of those stats tell you this is a pretty young team, and that is the case. Really have that Servando Carrasco in the middle. A 32-year-old with over 161 regular season appearances in MLS. Coming over from the Galaxy. He's been on 5 different MLS sides, including Orlando City. That ball kicked away. What Natalie Simon wants to do, if that's just a warning. Here's Harden. Sosa brought down. Karabali has a quick word with Natalie Simon. Another look at it here. He's coming in from behind. Sosa's been a bright spot tonight for Fort Lauderdale. McCoon will try to spray this one wide, and he does. Lopez Espin in the middle. It's Buckner on the ball. Buckner on his left foot. Shot is blocked. Battle there in the midfield. And Rosales comes away with it. Buckner will let this run. He went to ground, and so did Rodas, and Rodas came away with it. Rosales, long cross coming in. Find Azcona again. He likes it on that right foot, as we've seen. This time better defense, tracking back for Orlando. But McCoon wins it back. In the open space for Azcona again. Gadiri. Azcona. Good sustained possession now for Fort Lauderdale. It's Gadiri. For Sosa. Trying to slip it through for Lopez Espin, who had himself on side. Karabali gets himself tangled up with Sosa again. Might this be a yellow card? That's been a few times now, and yes, it is. Natalie Simon won't let Carrasco play quickly. So Karabali into the book along with his teammate Juan Pablo Monticelli. Persistent infringement. From Karabali, the 24-year-old from Ecuador. Sixth appearance tonight, fifth start for Karabali. Now Bender. Gonna find something into the attack. Kovacevic is in the middle. Never found him. So it's taken by Andre Zuluaga. Not able to keep it in play along that far touchline. Orlando gets some sort of attack going. There's a foul in the middle by Carrasco. So Rodas went down. Free kick upcoming for Orlando City B. Can they find that equalizer here before halftime? Just cutting him off. Send this one in. Never found a white jersey. The clearance was blocked down by his own player, Azcona. Orlando might be able to come away with this for the foul. for Sosa to look upfield. Look at all that space again. Buckner on the right. Lopez Espin in the middle. Staj Duhar will cut it off. A lot of good experience for Mason Staj Duhar, the 22-year-old. Played in the MLS homegrown game last season. He was on loan at FC Tulsa, or last year Tulsa Roughnecks. Made 17 appearances. He's yet to make an appearance, though, for the first team. Bright young star for this Orlando side. He comes off his line. Take this again. Gonzalez slides in. He's able to keep possession. He'll slide this in for Buckner. Lopez Espin waiting in the middle again. Sosa will latch on. Now Buckner. Makun. Is it taken away by Tanaka? And Orlando City B trying to spark a counterattack. Makun trying to make that tactical foul. Getting his body in the way. I think eventually Natalie Simon will blow her whistle. And a free kick has been won and a yellow card also been issued to Christian Makun. 20-year-old Venezuelan. Another look at that cross that was taken by Staj Duhar. So Makun into the book, the third yellow card overall tonight. 2 for Orlando, that's the first for Fort Lauderdale. Does have one appearance, Makun, for Inter Miami. The third ever player signed by Inter Miami. The youngster trying to make his mark in this organization. This time it'll be Tablante, and he'll sky this out of play. Since 1947, Select has been a leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Tanaka fouled right on the midfield stripe. I might have had the advantage there, but Natalie Simon will blow her whistle and bring it back. Rosales, he couldn't get it by Monticelli. Buckner looked like he might have been in on goal with Lopez Espin to his left. Instead, it's Glubacevic. Misplaced pass, but it finds Tanaka. Not on the same page. Orlando a little bit disjointed right now in the attack. Their best chances have come from a couple of free kicks and a corner as well. But Fort Lauderdale have been finding those open spaces in the midfield. We've seen Sosa with acres of space, and Orlando's been caught out. As Buckner goes down, is Natalie Simon going to her book? Looks like she will not. Rodas, the captain, will get off with just a warning. Here's Gadiri. Around a couple of defenders. He'll get it back as he continues his run. Then he lost his footing. The offside flag was up anyway. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your club and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Another look at the foul. This time it was Tanaka taking down Makun. Bender couldn't get it by Rosales. Now Fort Lauderdale, can they turn defense into attack? Sosa. Is it taken away by Rodas? Kovacevic couldn't latch on to the end of it. All the way back for Zuluaga. 10 minutes to go until halftime. Bypassing the hydration breaks tonight, at least in this first half. Now Buckner. Sosa. Now Makun. Gadiri making the run. He's able to cut in field. Lopez Espin, a little bit too far out in front and out of play. This match still kind of looking for its spark. 4 shots for either side, and 2 on target as well for both sides. Of course, as Kona in the 5th minute got the scoring started. Orlando City Bees been trying to find that equalizer ever since. Long cross coming in. Gluvacevic, the header! Just over the bar. He was sizing that one up. It was a free header right in the middle of the box, but couldn't put it on frame. A long cross coming in. He just couldn't cushion it down enough, trying to loop it over Andre Zuluaga. Here's Gadiri. Find some space for Rosales. Maybe numbers here for Fort Lauderdale. Now Sosa trying to turn. Sosa trying to get a shot away. He'll find Rosales instead. Rosales still in the box. Shot coming on and just wide. A good effort put on frame. Jason Buckner just missing that right post. Another look at that effort. Did go out for a corner. Chance to lift one into the area for Fort Lauderdale. Escona will take this one short. Now Rosales will send this in. Headed back down. Oh, that was well worked by Fort Lauderdale. Just the finishing touch wasn't there. An open shot right in the middle of the box. If you're Jason Kreis, you can't really draw it up any better. Rosales stood that up towards the back post. He got that header back into the middle. Christian Makun just not able to keep that on frame. Otherwise, that easily could have been goal number 2. There's Makun. Now is Kona. Gets taken down. Free kick for Fort Lauderdale. Sosa coming in field on his right foot. A straightforward save for Staj Duhar down to his left. Rodas just maybe needs a moment. Ball played down this near side. Tanaka will track it down. Headed by Gadiri. Kenji Tanaka cutting in field, has it taken away. Gadiri's been good at left back so far tonight. An assist already for him as well, his first of the season. Very important piece last year with Greenville. Made 17 appearances. Just 2 starts, so came off the bench quite a bit. Pressure being put on here at the back by Buckner. Almost a misplaced pass. Staj Duhar clears it. Wide for Buckner. Carrasco's continuing his run. Knocked out of play to slow down the counterattack opportunity for Orlando. Long diagonal ball to that left side. Tablante looking for an angle to shoot. Now Bender. Played behind Gluvacevic. That was Kona. Sosa. Lauderdale content just to keep the ball right now. Here's Rosales. Stay with us at halftime. We'll take you around USL League One. Already a pretty exciting week. Some great goals have been scored, including one already in this match. And here's Gadiri again, just trying to cushion that forward for Lopez Espin. And knocked down by Karabali. He takes possession away. A good move there by Fort Lauderdale. Long switch of field. It's a handball for Orlando. Fort Lauderdale has had a better opportunity so far in this match. They've taken advantage of one. Edison Azcona in the 5th minute got that opening goal. Orlando hasn't done a whole lot to really threaten that lead as of yet. Kovacevic did have that header a few minutes ago. He just couldn't get it underneath the crossbar. Just a little bit too tall. On the turn, here's Sosa. Lopez Espin has not really gotten a ton of service so far tonight, as we're in an additional 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first 45. A frustrating first 45 minutes for Orlando City B. Just haven't really gotten into much of a rhythm so far. Buckner, though, on that far side has been pretty bright since coming on. The injured Cardenas. Here's Buckner again, bit of a heavy touch, and he loses possession. Now Tanaka, defended by Gadiri. Here comes Orlando forward again. Brave challenge by Carrasco, but he wins the ball. Might this spark a counterattack now for Fort Lauderdale? Sosa playing it wide for Carrasco. The pass took him towards that touchline. He keeps it in play. Here's Sosa. Azcona. Missed touch. Finds Rosales. Now Makoun sizing up the shot. Not really threatening Staj Duhar in goal. One last gasp here for Orlando City B as Zuluaga clears his lines. Down by Lopez Espin. It'd be Fort Lauderdale instead. Buckner. Put out a play by Monticelli. Now just waiting for that final whistle from Natalie Simon. There it is. First 45 minutes in the books. And it's Edison Azcona whose goal in the 5th minute is the difference between Fort Lauderdale and Orlando City B. Stay with us at halftime here on ESPN Plus. We'll take you around USL League One. But here in Fort Lauderdale, it's Fort Lauderdale 1, Orlando City B 0. Halftime here in South Florida between Orlando City B and Fort Lauderdale. On a pretty breezy and rainy night here in South Florida, but happy to bring you this soccer. There's already been 3 games in the books in this week in USL League One. We start on Wednesday night in New England, and look at this goal from Jason Ramos of Chattanooga Red Wolves. That got them off the mark early on in the match, and boy, what a strike that was. That could be up for goal of the week. But then Orlando Sinclair, look at that header, just finding that far post, top corner, right over Alex Mangels, and able to equalize and make it 1-1. But later on in the second half, Chattanooga would come forward again, and oh, that's just brutal. That's a really tough deflection, an own goal, and that's just kind of the type of season it's been for New England as they sit bottom of the table, but a big 3 points for Jimmy O'Blady. He's always a passionate guy, and he loves what his team was able to do on the road on Wednesday. Then last night in Tormenta, a big match between Tormenta and Omaha, and it was Luca Meyer getting the scoring started for Tormenta, but then it would be an unfortunate series of events here for Omaha as Jad Arslan would get it down this left side, and he'd take the shot on. It was a good save, but oh no, he puts it in his own net. Nuhu with the own goal, but his teammates would have his back. Elma Enfor picking up a loose ball there in the box, able to head it in, make it 2-1, and then maybe another goal of the week. Souza just finding some space at the top of the box. A laser into that left corner. That was the equalizer. Omaha stays unbeaten, and Jay Mims gets a big road point to keep his team there towards the top of the table. Then earlier today, Chattanooga and Richmond going at it. It was Emiliano Terzaghi, his another goal this season. He scored in 6 straight matches. What a season he is having here in his first USL League One season for the Richmond Kickers. But that would be the only goal that Richmond would get on this day. Just a little bit later on, Tanner Dietrich, he would have an opportunity, and he would bag a goal as well. That would make it 1-1. And then Stephen Beattie time. We would get there in just a moment. He'd come off the bench, and what a goal this was from Stephen Beattie, his first of the season. A flair for the dramatic. And Chattanooga, 6 points in 2 matches this week. A massive week for Jimmy O'Blada's Chattanooga Red Wolves. And they get a big win over the Richmond Kickers. But upcoming for both of these sides here tonight, some interesting matchups for Fort Lauderdale CF. They'll play Tormenta next Saturday, where then they hit the road, go all the way to Tucson for a matchup with FC Tucson at the end of the month, and then a couple of road games with North Texas and New England Revolution 2. Then on the other side for Orlando City B, they'll have a couple of home games and 3 road games as well. They head to Richmond next week to face the Kickers, who I'm sure will be looking to get back on the winning track, and some interesting matchups in there as well. They'll go cross country as well to FC Tucson in the middle of October. Well, it's halftime here in South Florida between Fort Lauderdale and Orlando. Halftime rolling on from Inter Miami CF Stadium.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
On the penalty against Chattanooga, tied things up at 1. And Luca Meyer, a couple minutes later, gave them the lead. Arslan's shot from distance. Uh-oh, do we have a repeat? Giveaway. Rivera in the box, on his left foot. Nuhu saves them.
Volley fires. Oh, what a goal! Welcome to Madison, sir. Junior, right side. Deflected, still alive, headed, and what a brilliant save! Joe Rice coming to the rescue.
Towards the byline, trying to pick out the cross, sends it piecing through towards Doyle, and it comes from Walefi, whose first time strike has drawn this game level.
Put in by Bender. That is punched and then knocked away. Aviles with the glove save.
notes from around USL League One. Well, August is in the books, and Ethan Vanacore-Decker, he had quite a month for Union Omaha. They're still unbeaten. He was the player of the month in August, and Union Omaha 8 straight unbeaten. That's a pretty impressive streak. And the player of the week, Alex Morel, he headlines our team of the week in USL League One. And some interesting players on here as well. Ian Frey representing Fort Lauderdale CF, and an interesting player as well, Michael Vang. He's really turned it on as of late for Forward Madison. Lachlan McLean as well. Those two will do battle tomorrow in Greenville. A big match between the Triumph and the Mingos. Plenty of intriguing players to look forward to that may not have been on the team of the week, but the goals leaders, Emiliano Terzaghi, we talked about him in the last segment. 6 goals in 7 matches, but a couple of players in hot pursuit of Terzaghi and Greg Hurst, Ricky Lopez-Espin, and Shaq Adams as well. He has 4 goals for FC Tucson in 7 matches. And the goals against leaders, the Golden Glove race, it's pretty tight there at the top. Dallas J and Philip Marchetta, they're doing battle tomorrow, as we mentioned, in Greenville. And then Rashid Nuhu and Akira Fitzgerald, they're just a little bit farther behind, but 3 clean sheets for Nuhu, 2 for Fitzgerald as well. Take a look at the standings. Greenville still holding strong at the top, but Chattanooga, that was a big 3 points. They have gotten 6 points this week. They vaulted all the way up into 3rd, while Ford Madison will be looking to try to break into those top couple teams with 3 points tomorrow against Greenville. Orlando and Fort Lauderdale towards the bottom half of the table. The scoreboard, we've kind of gone through a couple of these games. Union Omaha, though, getting a pretty big result over Orlando City B. It was a stingy performance there by OCB on the road at Omaha, but the Owls do come away with that win, and a pretty exciting match out west last weekend between FC Tucson and the Richmond Kickers. The upcoming schedule, of course, that match tomorrow between Greenville and Ford Madison. 1 more on the docket for tonight, and then 2 during the midweek, including Tuesday at noon. Have lunchtime with League One. Halftime rolling on. We'll be right back for the second half. Back here at Inter Miami CF Stadium, halftime between Fort Lauderdale CF and Orlando City B. The rain continuing to come down in Fort Lauderdale tonight. And let's take a look at those first half highlights. Just that 1 goal to show you, but plenty of other chances as well. We start in the 3rd minute, and Fort Lauderdale coming forward. Ricky Lopez-Espin. Now look top right of your screen. It was just a quick glance there, but the flag did come up. Fort Lauderdale thought they were in. Ricky Lopez-Espin has his shot blocked anyway. Then it was the goal. Sammy Gadiri finding Edison Escona. Little hesitation, then a curling effort. Nothing Mason Stajduhar could do. A beautiful finish, and that got the scoring started in the 5th minute. Just his 2nd goal of the season comes in his 8th start on the season. Then a free kick sent in. Zuluaga able to make the catch and keep Orlando City off the scoreboard. They would have a couple more chances coming forward in this first half. Glubacevic has a shot taken there by Zuluaga. And then he'd have another header that he couldn't keep down under the bar. This was a free header. You could see Ethan Harden just kind of looking over his shoulder there. Then back the other way, Fort Lauderdale, they'd have some opportunities in and around the box. Buckner just firing a shot wide. He was the sub that came on for Cardenas, and then that was off of a corner kick. Macoun just couldn't put on frame, but it was a well-worked play. He just couldn't find the finish, and that's kind of summed up the first half, aside from that one goal that Azcona did score. As we take a look at the first half stats, just those 2 shots for Fort Lauderdale, and on the other side for OCB, 8. So they've had the lion's share, no pun intended, of the chances there in that first half. And Fort Lauderdale, they've had the possession. But OCB, they're still looking for that first goal here tonight and trying to draw level. But the next goal will be so important in this match as the teams are back out onto the field, ready for the second half with the rain continuing to fall here in South Florida. There's already been 1 sub made by Fort Lauderdale tonight, as we mentioned. Buckner coming on for Cardenas, who came out in about the 8th minute tonight. Of course, the teams will switch ends. And we'll see if Orlando City B can get something going in this second half. Looks like a sub could be readying to come on. Get that confirmed here in just a moment. It'll be Daniel Rosario coming on. Daniel Rosario, the 18-year-old, will come on. Juan Pablo Monticelli, he will check out. He is on a yellow card. Well, Jose Quintero will also come on for Orlando City B. So a couple of changes here at halftime. Just trying to maybe change the look a little bit. This second half is underway. 1-0 to the home side, and they'll try to hold on. And this would be a pretty important win if they can get it. Fort Lauderdale would, of course, boost them up the table with how close it is. Any result really shakes things up. And see that final sub, Quintero coming on and Tanaka making way. Those 2 subs are at halftime. That doesn't count as one of those 3 windows, while Fort Lauderdale has used one of those windows with that injury sub early on in the first half. Ricky Lopez-Espin was in an offside position as Carabali takes it and then gives it away. I'll keep the move going. Lopez-Espin trying to get around Carabali. Ball loose in the box and cleared away. Well, the rain definitely a factor tonight. It's been raining pretty much the entire match. It was coming down pretty hard before the game as well. Looks like the field, though, holding up pretty well. Now to Blate. It's an option to his left, and he uses them. Bender into the corner. He loses out. That's just put out for a throw-in. Jason Kreis taking charge of this Fort Lauderdale team in its first season. He's a pretty busy guy, director of the academy. Of course, the coach for the United States men's national team under 23s getting ready for next summer's Olympics and qualifying in the coming months as well. But he says he's enjoying this new challenge, working with younger players, and he says these players show a good level of intensity and want. They want to get better. They want to grow as players. Says results may not be necessarily the #1 thing on the list. Of course, it's always nice to develop while you're winning. He's been relatively pleased overall, and the development has been quick. But when looking at results, he did say after all of that, there might be a few more points out there that they have not taken. We'll see if they can close out these 3 points tonight. They've been a tough team to play. They did go on the road. They beat Tormenta. A tough 1-0 loss against Greenville. They did lose their opening 2 matches, though, against Greenville and FC Tucson as well. We'll see what this team is made of as they come down the stretch. Coming up next will be South Georgia Tormenta right here at Inter Miami CF Stadium. That's next Saturday. Then that makeup game with the Richmond Kickers will follow in the midweek after on the 23rd. Flag up for offside. Kovacevic, though, clapping his hands, saying he liked the build-up. Here's Rosales. He's seen a lot of the ball on this near side. Cross coming into the middle, brought down, a bit of a heavy touch. Sosa there, can he clean it up? It's blocked away again. A good ball into the box. Lopez Espin found himself all alone for a moment, but that first touch did let him down. Orlando able to clear it away. Here's the giveaway. Lopez Espin trying to run underneath. Lopez Espin around the goalkeeper. Lopez Espin with the goal. A quick counterattack by Fort Lauderdale catches Orlando out, and Ricky Lopez Espin, his 6th goal on the season. He continues his goal-scoring ways. It felt like it was just a matter of time before he got his goal tonight. He's had some good runs, just hasn't necessarily had the service yet. This was a good ball, and then a good first touch to get around the goalkeeper. Stash Duhar coming way off his line. Can't really blame him there. He was brought down at the end of it, but Lopez Espin able to finish it off. And it's 2-0 to the home side, and they look like they're running away here with 3 points. Still about 40 minutes to go. So far, Orlando City B they have not put up enough of a fight as of yet. Here's Sosa again. Fort Lauderdale, they want some more. Giveaway by Rodas. Just skips right out of play. And that's going to be a yellow card. That is to the first goal scorer, Edison Azcona. The lone win on the season for Orlando City B. It did come on the road. It was a 2-0 win back on August the 7th against New England Revolution 2. Here's Rodas. This deflection actually will work out for Orlando City B. It's Tablante now. Coming into the middle. The passing lane was shut down quickly. Now Buckner. Maybe a chance for Lauderdale to run, but Buckner will slow it down. Zuluaga there at the back. Well, now this is up for Fort Lauderdale just to manage this game tonight. A 2-0 advantage. Goals pretty early on in both halves. Ball played forward. And Karabali will knock it back to Staj Duhar. McCoon couldn't win it back for Fort Lauderdale. Out of this near side for Tablante again. 3 assists for him this season. Rosales sliding in to knock it away. Well done. The 25-year-old from Cuba. Rosario will throw this back in. Lauderdale asking for the offside flag, and they do get it. There's one more game on the docket tonight. FC Tucson and North Texas. Coming up at 10:30 Eastern Time right here on ESPN Plus. Now Orlando, can they look upfield and try to find something out of this match tonight? That pass misplaced by Moises Tablante. Just really hasn't been there so far tonight for Orlando City B. A couple of chances with Luvacevic, but aside from that, it's been a real struggle. Foul from behind on Mateo Rodas. A long diagonal ball. It was a good touch there by Azcona, but then he was shut down. There's a giveaway out of the back by Staj Duhar, but taken by Rodas. See the offside flag up on Lopez Espin. This one Thumped out of play by Ian Frey. Here's Rivera. Haven't called his name a whole lot tonight. He loses out to Rosales. Aguilera just turning around there in the midfield. Eventually finds a pass out to that right side. Now Tablante, who switched flanks with Rivera, it looks like. Tablante into the middle. A little bit too tall. Here's Sosa. Rosales coming into the attack again. Rosales cutting all the way infield, still going. Good run there by the right back. Getting into the midfield. As Kona loses possession. Makoun. Now with Rosales again. Makoun, shoulder to shoulder there with Rodas. Put out of play. Like a couple of subs readying to come on for Orlando in just a moment. In the meantime, Fort Lauderdale keep on the attack. Ground was Harden and just knocks it out for another throw-in. Trying to go quickly. Look at those black jerseys converging on the one white jersey, and that ball went out of play and hit the ball off the ball stand. Orlando does find a new one though and gets it back in play quickly. Rivera. Quintero plays this in. Can they keep it in? Looks like the flag was up anyway, so it doesn't matter. Another free kick here in the defensive half for Fort Lauderdale. If you're on the road or can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Just getting those subs now. Fabo dos Santos, along with Adam Ozeri. Luvacevic will come off along with Jordan Bender. Santos making just his 4th appearance on the season. Ozeri making his 9th. That's his 7th appearance off the bench. Santos, the 22-year-old from Brazil. Ozeri from New York. Played over the top. Maybe trying to win a second ball there was Lopez Espin peeling off that run. And play this in behind. Ian Frey was there to win it back, and then he goes down. Should have been a handball, if anything. But play continues, and then it's knocked out for a throw-in. Foul there as Buckner goes down. Looks like a yellow card also issued as well. We'll look at it. It's 45. Raul Aguilera, a 21-year-old, pardon me. He goes into the book tonight for Orlando. Sounds like a couple of subs also running for Fort Lauderdale here in just a moment. Emphatic clearance off to this near side. All right, in the final half hour, can Orlando try to pull one back? Give Fort Lauderdale something to think about. They've really just been able to play their game how they want to play it tonight. Player down behind the play here. Looks like a couple of subs just about ready to come on, but they'll wait till after this drop ball. There's Rivera. Trying to switch the play again. This one comfortably headed back to Zuluaga by Gadiri. Here's Carrasco. Some pressure being shown here by Orlando. Difficult for Fort Lauderdale to play out. Now Makun. Throw in for Fort Lauderdale. Looks like we'll get those subs now for Fort Lauderdale. And I believe they're there's also one for Orlando as well. Blaine Ferry, the 19-year-old from Southlake, Texas, and you can see this will be the debut here for Fort Lauderdale CF of Jerome Kiesewetter, the 27-year-old German. You can also see coming on for Orlando is Thomas Williams. He'll replace Moises Tablante. So Ferry and Kiesewetter will come on for Lopez Espin and Sosa. Kiesewetter was loaned to Fort Lauderdale CF earlier today. Made just 2 appearances, both off the bench for Inter Miami. Of course, spent 2019 in the USL Championship with El Paso Locomotive. Scored 12 goals in 28 appearances. He had a long streak right when he was signed by Mark Lowry's side, where he just found the net. It felt like every match. Tonight he makes his debut for Fort Lauderdale here in League One. Lopez Espin will make the slow walk off. Kiesewetter, the slow jog on. Spent 8 years in Germany. Time with the national team as well for the United States. Finds himself here in Fort Lauderdale. Here's Ferry, his first touches. Carrasco. Ferry on the turn, using his strength to keep possession. Here's Kiesewetter, his first touch. Kiesewetter just loses out. And Rivera. Went over the back, a foul was called. 20 minutes to go now. Taken away by Rosales again. Tangled up there on the far side. Like it was Carabali. Another free kick for Fort Lauderdale. They're looking for their 3rd win of the season. And their 2nd home win it would be as well after that 3-2 win over North Texas back on August the 19th. Kona pulled back. Here's Ferry, who brings it down. His cross was blocked away. Kiesewetter trying to get there. Staj Duhar gets there first. Kept in play by Rosario. the work here for Orlando City B. If Rosario can get on the end of this, and he can't. Just a few paces out in front of him. Carrasco. Looks like he's fouled there behind the play. Adam Ozeri just bumping him there. Buckner trying to get there. Carabali chasing the ball and eventually gets there on this near side. Then he loses it on this near touchline. There hasn't been a lot in this second half since that goal by Ricky Lopez-Espin. Came in the 51st. Edison Azcona, he got the assist on that. A goal and an assist for Azcona so far tonight. Here's Buckner. Ferry was asking for it in the middle. Keep it going for Kiesewetter. Kiesewetter getting it back from Ferry. This was really well worked. Just the wrong side of the post. It did take a deflection on the way out. And a corner kick coming up for Fort Lauderdale. Let's take a look at this again. Kiesewetter was pretty much drawing this up. Just easy give and go. He almost worked that perfectly, Jerome Kiesewetter. Here's Ferry. Gadiri whipping one in. Couple of options there. And the header just goes wide. McCoon, it looked like got his head onto it, but couldn't direct it on frame. Staj Duhar probably would have had a tough time saving that. The angle it was coming in. The glancing header just a little bit too wide. Overall good match for Christian McCoon tonight, but he has had a couple of scoring opportunities in this deeper lying midfield position. Buckner has also had some bright spots tonight on this right side since coming in for Cardenas. Orlando might be in on goal here. Orlando trying to equalize, or at least pull one back. A big save by Zuluaga. And the ball gets put out past that touchline. 15 minutes left to go. But something out of nothing here. As Quintero forced a big save out of Zuluaga. Taken away by the center back, Ian Frey. He'll continue his run. He'll get it along for Kiesewetter. He was fouled. Ollie Simon tried to play advantage for a moment, but Kiesewetter did lose it. And is that for Carabali? It looks like it is. That's a second yellow. And Franklin Carabali gets his marching orders. So a second yellow card for Franklin Carabali and Orlando City B. Down to 10 men for the final, just about 13 minutes. A frustrating night gets even more frustrating for OCB. Another look at it. Frey just continued his run all the way upfield. A late challenge coming in, absolutely a yellow card worthy challenge. It's been a frustrating night for OCB, and it just continues that way with the second yellow. long wait here as Karabali has to go into the locker room before they can restart playing. He went off at the nearest point. Not really sure why he did that, if they were going to wait for him to go all the way around and then in to the locker room, but here we are. And we're back underway. There's Carrasco. Now Makun. Rosales will take this for Fort Lauderdale. Ferry, look at all that space right down the middle. Shot coming on by Azcona. And he skies it out of play, looking for a brace. Asking for a deflection. Natalie Simon will not oblige. Yeah, that pass a little bit behind him, but just leaning back a little bit too much. He puts it out of play. Now Rosario. This one deflected through and will run all the way through for Zuluaga. Fans, follow your club and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN Plus, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Here comes Fort Lauderdale again. Ferry, little back heel for Azcona. Azcona weaving in, going down. Natalie Simon waving that one away. Azcona's gotten himself into some good spaces tonight. A bright appearance for number 21 in black tonight, just 16 years old, from Deerfield Beach, right up the road from Inter Miami CF Stadium. Buckner goes down on the challenge by Rosario, and a free kick won for Fort Lauderdale. You see the challenge, just a little bit of a nudge there on the backside. Enough to send Buckner down, and he'll come back to his feet now. All 5 subs have been used for Orlando City B. Just 3 for Fort Lauderdale, and Jason Christ still with one more window yet to work with. Azcona towards the back post. Staj Duhar makes the catch, and he'll throw this all the way to midfield. It's taken away by Fort Lauderdale, showing off the arm strength there. Azcona. This one knocked out of play. I think this is out for a corner kick. Fort Lauderdale will take their time to put this back into play. Azcona will take this. Short for Ferry. Goes down behind the play, but they continue on. It's Kiesewetter on his right foot. Saved by Staj Duhar. Kiesevetter's had himself a couple of good opportunities since coming on so far tonight. See a couple of subs at the bottom of your screen readying to come on for Fort Lauderdale. Francisco Raggio will be one of them, the 18-year-old. If you go back to that Kiesevetter chance, looked like it might have taken a slight deflection there on the way, and Staj Duhar took it anyway. Looks like they'll wait on those subs for just a moment. So Raggio and Valencia are waiting to come on. Subs will wait for just a moment. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League, kicking off in spring 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search hashtag USL Academy on social media. We'll get a couple of more subs. The final two subs tonight for Fort Lauderdale. Francisco Raggio will be one of them. Felipe Valencia, just 15 years old, will be the other. Christian Makun and Edison Azcona will both make way. Good performance for both of those players. Azcona, a goal and an assist. Has to be the man of the match, but Christian Makun got himself in some good scoring positions. Of course, Valencia, one goal to his name this year for the Homestead, Florida native. 15 years old, he became the youngest goal scorer in the USL, even younger than Alfonso Davies, who was the previous youngest goal scorer for Vancouver Whitecaps. Still a player down for OCB. All the subs have been used for both sides tonight. Of course, the 5-sub rule still in effect for the rest of this season. Watch the restart of some European leagues, though. Those 5 subs have been taken back down to 3. I mentioned that Orlando City and Inter Miami were going at it tonight. There's Orlando coming away with a 2-1 win at home. And here in Fort Lauderdale, it is 2-0 to Fort Lauderdale. This ball played through all the way to the end line. Kiesevetter trying to keep it alive, and he does win a corner kick. Been bright since coming on. Three minutes left to go in regular time. Raggio will take this. Now Rosales. Ferry. Here's Carrasco. Raggio. Teeing this one up and sending it out of play. Why not? Have a hit. Sammy Gadiri. The left back finding himself in an attacking position. So 2 minutes left to go, and if this result stands, this will be a good result for Fort Lauderdale, of course. Getting those 3 points. They'll move level on points with Forward Madison. They'll be in 6th place. I talked with Jason Christ this week about League One, and of course he's a very experienced coach as that shot goes well wide in the MLS ranks, but of course his first season in League One with Fort Lauderdale. Says it's a very interesting league and he likes it. Good mixture of MLS affiliated teams and just independent teams. Good balance to the league as well. The league will most likely get back Toronto FC 2 next year if everything gets back to somewhat normalcy. On the turn, Ferry loses out, but Kiesewetter takes it. We get into 4 minutes of additional stoppage time. It looked like the flag came up there on the far side. As Buckner drifted into that offside position. So 4 minutes of additional time. We'll see if Orlando can make something happen. So far tonight, it has just not been their night. Fort Lauderdale, you have to credit them. They played pretty well. Now Valencia trying to win that back against Rosario. Playing behind, Ian Frey going down. He was fouled. Up next for Fort Lauderdale will be a home match against South Georgia Tormenta right here next Saturday. Coming up next for Orlando City B, it's the Richmond Kickers. Is put out for a corner kick. It does not get any easier for OCB. Well, they will play New England Revolution 2 right after that. So it'll be the 2 teams at the bottom of the table as we currently stand in 2 weeks' time. Ball sent into the middle. Zuluaga, he has to make a diving save to his left, and he does so. Wasn't too much power there behind that header anyway. So we'll take another look at it. Rivera with the corner kick. Looked like it was Rodas who got his head on it. A little bit behind Kiesewetter. Now Ferry. Valencia. Valencia will have a hit. I think Staj Duhar just got a fingertip on it, and he puts it out wide. Another look at it. The 15-year-old on his left foot. just a little bit wide of goal. Staj Duhar was taking no chances. And out for a corner kick. Valencia did score 6 goals for the under 15s in 13 starts last season. Here he is again. Valencia back to his left foot. Valencia just maybe took one dribble too much. You can see the talent. Tripped up from behind was Ian Frey. I think Jason Kreis is going to be pleased with his team's performance tonight. Maybe would have liked a few more goals. The opportunities were there, but got one in the first half pretty early on, one in the second half pretty early on. And there's the final whistle, all 3 points to Fort Lauderdale tonight. It was a rainy, stormy night at Inter Miami CF Stadium, but Fort Lauderdale, they take the rubber match between these two sides here in 2020. There's not enough from Orlando City B and Fort Lauderdale. A good performance overall to get those 3 points. Now let's take a look at our full-time highlights on this Saturday night from Inter Miami CF Stadium. Let's start it off early on for Fort Lauderdale. Gadiri finding Azcona, and look at that finish. A beautiful finish into that right corner. Azcona, it would be his 2nd goal on the season in his 8th start. And then there would be a couple of opportunities coming for Orlando City B. Luvacevic, this header just a little bit too high. And then come the second half. Ricky Lopez-Espin would be there. Eduardo Sosa had his shot blocked. Ricky Lopez-Espin, though, would get his chance right here. Look at this touch right around the goalkeeper. And there's the finish. His 6th goal. We featured him in the pregame for good reason. He is the goal scorer for this side, and he put the game away, you could say, in that second half. Orlando City B, they just didn't really have it. Then Kiesewetter came on, his Fort Lauderdale CF debut tonight. Back the other way. This would maybe be the best chance of the match for OCB. That was blocked down, and then Kiesewetter again, almost finding that right corner, if not for Staj Duhar. And then Valencia taking one on and sending it wide. Well, that's how it closes tonight from Fort Lauderdale. Pretty dominating performance from the home side tonight, and they get all 3 points. They vault up to 6th place and 11 points, while Orlando City B 2nd to last. That does it tonight from Inter Miami CF Stadium. For our entire crew, I'm broadcaster Josh Eastern saying so long. FC Tucson and North Texas close out our USL League One Saturday night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.